For decades, one name has carried a reputation so tough, so unbreakable, it became a legend. The Toyota Hilux, a truck so durable, people joked it could survive the end of the world. But here's the twist. In America, it vanished, out of sight, out of reach, while rivals like the Tacoma, Ranger, and Colorado battled it out for glory. Well, that's about to change, because the Hilux is back. The 2026 Toyota Hilux 4x4 has finally been unveiled. And the question now is simple. Has Toyota built the world's ultimate pickup, or has the legend softened in its return? And let me tell you, there's one flaw in this truck that nobody is talking about yet, and it could decide everything. Stick with me, because by the end of this video, you'll know exactly whether the Hilux is the truck you've been waiting for, or the one you'll be glad you skipped. And hey, if you love being the first to know when iconic vehicles make a comeback, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Around here, we don't just show you the trucks, we uncover the truth behind them. Let's start with what you see first, the exterior. The new 2026 Hilux 4x4 doesn't whisper toughness, it screams it. A bolder, squared-off front grille sits like a shield, framed by sharp LED headlights that slice through the dark like predators' eyes. Toyota's designers have clearly been studying both the Tacoma and Land Cruiser cues, because this Hilux blends rugged utility with modern swagger. The wheel arches? Massive. The stance? Aggressive, almost military. You've got muscular lines running across the side profile that feel carved, not stamped. And the rear? Slim tail lamps, wide gate, and a cargo bed engineered for abuse. Whether it's mud, mountains, or Main Street, this truck looks like it belongs there. Step inside, and you immediately realize this isn't the bare-bones workhorse Hilux of the past. Toyota has leveled up. The cabin feels premium, but not pretentious. Soft-touch materials wrap the dash, with textured panels that mimic brushed metal. Ambient lighting glows subtly across the cabin, enough to feel futuristic, but not distracting when you're out on the trail at night. The seats? Supportive, wide, and made for long hauls. And yes, higher trims even bring ventilated leather, because Toyota knows people want both grit and comfort. The tech is where things get especially bold. A massive 12.3-inch infotainment display dominates the center stack, paired with a fully digital gauge cluster that can flip between road mode, off-road mode, and towing mode. Add wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, a 14-speaker JBL sound system, and even a built-in trail camera system. This Hilux is a driver's cockpit built for the modern adventurer. Alright, let's get into the heart of the matter, the specs, because with a truck like the Hilux, the numbers matter. Under the hood, Toyota offers two main choices. A turbocharged 2.4-liter hybrid powertrain making around 265 horsepower and 320 pound-feet of torque. Or, for the purists, a 2.8-liter diesel option in certain markets pushing over 300 pound-feet of torque. Both pair to a new 8-speed automatic tuned for smoother shifts and greater pulling power. 0 to 60? Around 7.8 seconds in the hybrid. Not blistering, but plenty quick for a mid-size 4x4. What matters more is the low-end torque. Climbing rocks, towing a trailer, or pulling out of deep sand. That's where this Hilux feels alive. Efficiency? The hybrid setup is rated for roughly 28 miles per gallon combined. Numbers that outshine gas-only rivals and make long-range expeditions far less painful on the wallet. Size-wise, the 2026 Hilux stretches about 211 inches long, with a wheelbase just under 128 inches. That makes it big enough to handle serious loads, but still agile in tight off-road trails. Payload? About 1,600 pounds. Towing? Up to 7,700 pounds, depending on configuration. These aren't just brochure stats. They translate to real-world usability, hauling ATVs, towing a camper, or loading it with gear for a week in the wild. And safety. Toyota's latest safety sense package is here. Adaptive cruise, lane keeping, blind spot monitoring, pre-collision braking, it's all standard. Add a 5-star crash rating expectation, and Toyota backs it with their industry-leading 3-year, 36,000-mile basic warranty and 5-year, 60,000-mile powertrain coverage. On paper, this truck checks every box. But remember, I promised you a flaw. We'll get there. Here's the truth nobody wants to say out loud. The Hilux, despite its legend, isn't built primarily for the US market. And that means one major drawback: availability and pricing. While Toyota is hinting at bringing the Hilux stateside in limited trims, the reality is it's going to overlap with the Tacoma. And that could mean higher prices, limited supply, or certain powertrain options, like the diesel, never making it here. In short, the Hilux you see in global markets might not be the Hilux you can actually buy in your local dealership. That's the elephant in the room, and it could frustrate a lot of fans who have been begging for its return. So where does this leave the Hilux against its biggest rival? Easy answer: the Ford Ranger. The Ranger just got a full redesign, packs a turbo V6 option, and already has deep roots in the US market. The Hilux fights back with Toyota reliability, hybrid efficiency, and that global reputation for indestructibility. Price-wise, the Hilux is expected to start around $33,000 globally, but US trims could climb closer to $40,000, nudging into Tacoma territory. And that's the battle: Toyota competing against itself. Still, here's the kicker. In the next 3 to 5 years, the mid-size truck market is heading hybrid and electric. Ford, Chevy, Rivian, even Tesla, they're all eyeing electrification. Toyota's hybrid Hilux may just be the perfect bridge between old-school toughness and the future of clean power. If they play it right, this truck could become the benchmark again. So has the Hilux lived up to the legend? Mostly, yes. Bold new design, tech-packed interior, hybrid efficiency, and real-world performance that still proves why the name Hilux carries so much weight. But the flaw remains: the version you want and the version you get may not be the same. That's Toyota's challenge. Now I want to hear from you. Would you buy the 2026 Hilux if it came to your market? Or would you stick with a Ranger, Tacoma, or something else? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This channel thrives on your opinions.